Hey, scrappers and recyclers, it's Shark Scrapper. Are you on the hunt for a place to take your scrapping and recycling business? Are you thinking about leasing or buying because you want to get out of your garage, get out of your basement? Well, a lot of you know that's exactly where I am right now. I'm in the hunt. And I got to tell you, it's been frustrating. Oh man, I tell you what, I think the best thing to do is to go through an example of one of the properties that I spent a lot of time researching and making some decisions on so that you can understand what I've been going through and maybe some of those lessons learned can help you as well. Before we dive into this property, I want to emphasize that nothing that I'm going to tell you should be taken away as terrible, derogatory kind of statement about the property. Um, there's like any property, just like when you look at a place to rent or buy for where you're going to live, you weigh the pros and the cons before you make a decision on putting an offer in. So, I don't want this video to come off as a negative video about this property. I'm trying to share with you the pros and the cons that I came up with, my risk analysis, and why I made the decision that I've made thus far. Very important that I emphasize from the beginning that the decision that I've made is based on my risk criteria. Other businesses, other investors will have a completely different set of risk criteria. And so for some people, this may be a perfectly viable opportunity. I just don't feel that it's right for me at this point. I might change my mind. I don't know. But for right now, I just don't see this as a right choice for me. But let's go through because I've had a lot of questions about the process and where I'm at on it and those sorts of things. So I thought I would share this. This property was one of the first ones that I took a look at with the idea of purchasing the property. Now, don't let this confuse you here. You'll understand why this looks kind of squishy, but you'll understand here when we step through this. So when you look at the property, it looks like a pretty nice building. We go through the pictures here. Nice office, internal space, nice and clean. Got some nice big work area. This part of the work area is nice terrazzo. Here it's bare concrete floor, deep sink. There's all the indications that this could work. Here's a bay door here. It's a low ceiling, not great, but manageable. And then we look at the floor plan and we see that we've got some real opportunities here because and when I went and visited with the agent and we walked through it, it's very clear to me that I could use this part of the building for Shark Scrapper, and then I could lease out this part of the building either to one person for the entire square footage, or I could even break it up because there's an entrance here and here and here and here and over here and over here. There's 1, 2 bathrooms here. So I could make 1, 2, or 3 office areas out of this, community bathroom, or maybe over here, a dedicated bathroom. There are a lot of options to slice and dice this piece of property, and be able to have some people come in and lease space from me, therefore reducing my burden to manage the note. And that's very appealing. There's some really good reasons to do that. However, when I investigated this further, I learned that, and you'll notice here that they're showing this as lease. It's just because I had the lease tab clicked. This is also for sale. What you will see here is that this is a commercial district 2. So when I talked to the agent about that, she said that, you'd need to talk to the city, because this is under city jurisdiction, and see if the zoning people at the city would have to say. If I was to purchase this, my offer would be contingent upon zoning approval. I did contact the city. I spoke to the folks there, gave them all the information about shark scrapper and what I do it, how I do it, and such. And they said that, basically, yeah, they'd probably be okay. They gave me a tentative voice approval. They said, we can't give you a formal approval until you actually apply. So, that at least gave me some confidence that if I did decide to move forward, we could potentially um, be good to go here. Now, the challenge that I ran into was, this is the Henderson County GIS map, and here's the property in question. Now, I also want to point out here real quick that there's actually 3 pieces of property involved with this transaction if I was to buy it. So it's 1, 2, 3. It is, this piece is actually zoned residential. These are commercial. And so there would be a potential for me to sell off part of the land, expand if I wanted to. So there are some things that I could do. But when I was walking the property, I got back here and there's a stream running back here. So that got me a little bit nervous. Um, so with one of the things you can do with GIS maps is go in here. We're going to get rid of jurisdiction and we're going to go flood data. And now we see why I'm concerned. This color coding represents the FEMA flood districts. You can see here this hashed area is a floodway, 1% annual chance, 100-year flood, zone AE. If you look up the FEMA flood zones, that's about the second worst flood zone. Um, and then the bulk of the property is over here in what's called the 0.2% annual chance or 500-year flood zone. But when I pressed the agent for more information, they had to disclose that the owner had to spend over $52,000 in damage repairs after Tropical Storm Helene. So, and essentially, and they were very upfront. I mean, they were very good about providing me with the information I requested. Essentially, they sent me all of the repair orders and the work that was done. Essentially, after Helene receded, they brought in a mitigation company, took the building down to the studs, and rebuilt everything. And that's why it looks so new and clean, and had the clean terrazzo decks, and the bulkheads were nice and clean. They did it right. There were, no complaints there. But it just made me nervous that for the first piece of property that I'm going to purchase, do I really want to risk being in a flood zone? Now, maybe I'm just sensitive because of my experiences with Helene, especially when I was working with the Red Cross after Helene and seeing the damages and seeing what people went through. It could maybe be viable. One of the things that these pictures don't show very clearly is this area back here. This is an image that I took. Here you can see the mighty Sharkmobile. This part of the building, the brick part, is the area that I was talking about that I could lease. This center part is where I would operate from. And then this area back here is very interesting. We got a couple of bay doors. Essentially, this half of the building, the side facing us, is a closed-in shop area, and then the other side is open shop area. Now, there's also more to the other side of the building. This is the Google Maps street view. And what you see here that you couldn't see clearly from those pictures is there's a large open barn area here. This area here is half open and half workshops on the other side with bay doors. So again, there's some really nice, uh, opportunity to put the space to use. Over here, this is the residential lot. It's just overgrown at this point, so no big deal there. I could decide what I want to do with that. Here's the one side of the building. That bay door going into this part of the building is actually right around the corner here. And then let's go with the satellite view. So when we go into the satellite view, we get a better idea of what we're looking at. This area is the other commercial lot. This used to be a greenhouse operated out of part of the place, and a dog grooming and boarding facility operated out of part of the place. So this area here, that's the other lot that's available. Here you see the stream or the river that runs alongside of it. This is the big open garage area. This is the garage area that I told you that this half of it is open garage. This half is closed in. So again, there's a tremendous amount of opportunity to use this space. And I'm just nervous about the flood zone aspect of it. That really has me concerned. Again, am I being too concerned? I mean, here's a big Publix over here. I mean, I don't know because when I was working with the Red Cross, I was up in Asheville and areas around Asheville. I didn't get down to Hendersonville. I don't know what the status was of this Publix grocery store after the storm. So I don't know if it had gotten flooded out, where that stood. It's funny, it's called Mud Creek. And the folks at the city did say that they were going to be putting in, they were working on budgeting and stuff for flood mitigation upstream, which I guess would be this area up here, maybe. I'm not sure. So it's, I mean, it's a hard decision. Trust me, it's a very hard decision with this property because you can see here there's so much to like about this property. I suppose I could convince myself that, hey, we're just talking scrap. And if I lease out, this center part of the building would be what I would work out of. This part and part of this building. There's a construction company that's leasing some of this space right now. If I was to lease out this part of the space, I suppose I could just have in the lease that I'm not going to be responsible for flood damages, that the tenants understand this is in a flood zone. Yeah, I really gotta think about that one, what I want to do there. The whole thing just makes me really nervous. As of right now, this property is no longer in consideration. I've had that conversation with the listing agent, very nice person. That could change. It's very difficult to find property that is zoned and of a size and cost that works for me. Now, I have found a couple of places that I could potentially lease as backups, but I'm really tired of throwing money away on a lease when I'm in a position where I could buy a place, assuming we're careful about the costs and stuff. Hey, if you all like this video, let me know. If you had any questions about this property in particular or using GIS charts or whatever, go ahead and put your question down in the comments below. If you would like to see me do this for other properties that I have looked at, because it is kind of instructional to go through that decision-making process, I'll be happy to do it for you. So in the meantime, have a safe and wonderful week. And I'm going to get back on the listings and go look at some more properties.